Good afternoon, everybody. It's Chris Ogle here on the SW Herts Link for Growth news show. I'm joined today, 6th of March. I'm joined today with by Alex. Come on, say hello, Alex.
Hi Chris, hi viewers, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. It's been another busy week. No idea where these weeks are going. It's no longer. They seem it's Monday. It's Friday.
Doesn't feel like a week ago since we last did this.
Yeah, well, it's not quite a week. We did it on a Saturday last week. But,
So I'm right, it doesn't feel like a week ago.
sorry.
It doesn't feel like a week ago because it's not, but
Yeah, yeah, just not quite. I wonder if Neil's got this on in his shop. He should have this on in the Reason Cafe, actually, on his
hi Neil.
monitor there. If he's watching, hello Neil. Right, I'm just going to cover off what's happened this week. There's been a lot going on, actually. On Wednesday we had the Regis Coffee down on Clarendon Road, and to be honest, we had a different place to normal. I'm not sure it would have worked any better in the other place, but there were quite a few new people. About 8 new people turned up on Wednesday, and it was pretty busy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we seem to always get a room where there's, for anyone who doesn't know, the Regis building shared office space, we seem to get the kind of conference rooms which have tables in the middle of the room, which is fine if you're wanting a sit-down meeting, but it limits you, and we were kind of sat in pockets, so it's a kind of, imagine a kind of a square room and everyone kind of standing in the four corners, making it quite difficult to move around, and you've got people in the kind of narrow branch standing talking. It was a really good event, just in a really difficult room, really.
Yeah, I mean lots of people from the Regis building this week, which was encouraging. I actually reminded them a bit late as well. It was only the day before, but they went round and dropped a sort of announcement on everybody's desk, which was fantastic because it generated a lot of interest and people getting to know each other in the building. So that was a good event. And then today, Friday, we've had the lunch down at Scotsbridge Mill. Nice to see Martin again. He hasn't been with us for a few months, so nice to glorious weather today down there as well. So all stacked up after breakfast this morning, and now I've had a lunch as well. So feeling pretty full. You had the fish and chips, didn't you?
No, I wasn't one. I had the steak sandwich.
Steak sandwich, that's right. Yeah.
Equally, because the fish and chips looked very big. You could almost call that a whale, not a fish.
Yeah, I mean, viewers, if you haven't tried Scotsbridge Mill, plenty of parking, plenty of space in the venue, lovely venue. Do go try it out. It's really good. I think the owners of that place have got 2 others. I think the other one is the Gate at Chorleywood. I think they own that one as well.
The Rose and Crown in Kings Langley, just as you go into the village.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. So give them a try. And tomorrow, of course, we've got the market. So down there, weather looks like it's going to be sitting outside weather tomorrow.
We'll call that al fresco.
Al fresco tomorrow. It's been al fresco in the winter. It's been blooming chilly though, isn't it?
Yeah, that was freezing rather than al fresco.
Okay, so that's what's happened in Link for Growth. However, Link for Growth people have been popping up all over the place this week, and I was at the Watford bid on Tuesday evening, as was Neil from Reason, as was Tanya from the Thrive programme. And the Watford bid, Business Improvement District. Right, let me just explain briefly what that is. It's essentially an area of Watford where the people who are owners of shops or renting shops, etc., businesses, contribute a percentage of their rates to a pot of money which is then managed by the Business Improvement District company, which would need to be set up to manage the money. So essentially that's 500 businesses that occupy the town centre. They'd all be coughing up a bit of money, and basically that money is used for things that the council either wouldn't have done or is no longer able to do through their budgets being cut. So I was there, so was quite a lot of people. There was quite a few people there. There was someone there who'd who was part of the bid, the nation's bid process team, as it were, talking about other bids. 200 bids have gone in or set up already, so it's quite a successful model, and they would be looking to find about £2.5 million over 5 years, I think it was, to basically do things like have people on the street in Watford, busy days, to direct people to whatever it is they want to be directed to. You know, that kind of thing. Maybe additional security, maybe, you know, putting on certain events which attract people to Watford. So that's the idea of it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it sounds good. I know there's been various things. The one you just talked about, the kind of the concierge services, it seems like you go up to someone, but it's quite successful down in Holborn, where I'm studying, down in Midtown. The kind of a group those turns to a bit of Holborn, Bloomsbury, Chancery Lane, that area of London, Midtown's pulled together and got employed some people just kind of chaperone people, say, where's the British Museum, where's Holborn Viaduct, where's Chancery Lane Tube Station, those type of questions. So we can have that in Watford, people up and down the high street, maybe out, you know, there's that little Congress area where Burger King is and Market Street is.
Yeah.
You can have maybe a group of them there with a little kind of congregate there, so you can ask them, that's the middle of the town almost. So you can get them there, some at the top end of the town, and saying, if you need to go and find where the market is, where's this shop, where's Rebel Pebble, where's Regan Cafe shop, that type of idea. And I think it'd be a good idea. I did have just one question. It is open to any business. I'm presuming that it doesn't matter if you're one-man band or you're John Lewis, it's open for you.
Yeah, I mean, basically the concept is that there's this period of consultation, proposals, presentations, engagement, where the bid kind of formulates what it wants to do with the money that's collected, and then there is after a lot of, it seems like a lot of bureaucracy, but goes on until the end of next year, October, they finally get the approval or not, and then a company is set up which will be happen by April 2017. I mean, it's like miles away, and then it starts happening. So it's not going to happen for a couple of years, basically. That's how long this process takes, believe it or not. And but in order to be successful, I think it's 83% or 85% of bids that get set up and go through this process end up being approved, and it's something like 92% of bids that go to renew, 92% of them get renewed.
Okay.
So it's fairly high numbers. So if we go for it as a town, the high probability is that it'll happen. And there's two votes, there's two ballots. The first ballot is one business, one vote, and they have to get more than 50%. And then the next ballot is based on rateable value, and they're weighted, and that also has to be greater than 50%. So both of them have to be over 50% for the bid to be successful.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're, say, the Reason Coffee Shop or you're John Lewis. In one of the ballots, you've got the same amount of votes, and the other one, you've got to get 50% both. So just because John Lewis have more votes, it doesn't mean they can outweigh it 100%.
Absolutely right, yeah.
So it's quite good that it means it's open to everyone. So it's not meant to be just big business. It's open to any business in the high street as well.
That's right. I mean, the bigger businesses are obviously driving this. I mean, Intu's driving it. John Lewis is driving it. You know, people like Jury's in, I suspect. People like the Weatherspoons. People, yeah, these are Oceana. And these people are behind. Are going to be behind it because getting more people into Watford. I mean, the basic problem is, and Watford, I noticed the other day, is a lot quieter than it has been of late. And I think that's because, I mean, the Intu Centre, how long has that Harlequin been there now? 20 odd years?
It's 25 years this year.
Right, so what's happened is that other cities, other towns have upped their game in terms of what they're delivering. And what it's meant is that Intu is probably looking a bit tired. So they've got the £189 million redevelopment with the 10 bowling things and the cinemas and the additional restaurants, and it's about upping the game and providing a more friendly environment such that more people choose Watford as a destination for an experience, because it's not just shopping, it's now a variety of other things, and a lot more people are going to be doing this on the mobile platforms as well. And this comes back really nicely to what we're doing at Link for Growth, because we're building the the community on the G Plus platform, what we're actually able to do is expose all the great things that are going on in Watford, improve the vibe of the town, make more things available about what's happening in Watford and the vibrancy of what's going on, and it's just naturally going to bring people into the town. That wasn't discussed at the bid, of course, because nobody knows what Link for Growth is there, to be honest, but over the next 6 months you see how a lot of this stuff's going to start interacting. All of these projects are good, we just need to pull them together, and of course what Link for Growth is doing is actually talking to a lot more of the people out there, not just the businesses.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Yeah, so it's really interesting stuff. Anyway, on to other things. That's the bid out the way. Thursday, 5 till 7 this week, first Thursday of the month. Tanya's having some Thrive taster sessions at Reason Cafe. That was really good, actually. It's just taking bits of the book and actually doing a little bit on different sections. But some really interesting conversations came out of that. So well done to Tanya and Neil for getting that off the ground, and I'm looking forward to already for the next one of those. Also, I was busy yesterday because after that I jetted down to Esmeralda's, which is in Bushy, for Jemana Vonot's launch of her prom and evening dress wear. She's taken on a new range of quite exclusive dresses and stuff. They're really quite nice. Have you got that post, Alex? Maybe you could share.
Yeah, I'll just share it now for everyone so they can. I'll flick through those briefly when you kind of talk over it so people can see them as well.
Yeah, let me just
do that, Chris.
Let me just put you on. Yeah, there you go. So there's a couple of examples there of some of these prom dresses. That's one of the models. She's actually Miss Hertfordshire, I think.
Okay.
Actually modelling one of the dresses. That was a fantastic looking dress, actually, that one. And that's another one there, the blue one. She did actually put on a green one. I didn't get a snap of that, but and they even provided us with food. Look.
Well, that looks quite nice.
Yeah. So that's actually provided by the shop next door, which is actually well, believe it or not, a curry shop actually.
And,
so yeah, it was good. There was about 20 or 30 people, 30 people or so that went down there, and very pleasant evening, and well done to Jemana. If you have got teenagers coming up to prom season, or you have a requirement for an evening dress, then do go down there and check it out. She's got some quite delightful dresses down there, as you can see. So that's it really. Have you got anything else on events? Have you had anything else this week?
A fair bit of events-wise. I don't know if am I still on White Box? Have you sorted that out?
No, I've sorted that out now.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to start with a bit of, not breaking news, but kind of news in terms of new events. I thought you may come on to this, but I think now is a better time to anyone. On the 23rd of this month, we're going to have another coffee at the Reason Coffee Shop, this time starting at 5:30 in the afternoon. The idea is we've got a morning coffee, but having something in that evening that isn't a drink for people who can't get to a coffee morning but don't necessarily want to go to a pub evening, have that ability to go to. So it's going to be 5:30 on the 23rd, so which is the 4th Monday of the month. And then a few days later on the 26th, we're going to launch a drinks evening in Bushy, which is just going to go, it should be on Eventbrite within the next, probably start of next week. That's going to be on the 26th of March. That's the last Thursday of the month, 6 p.m. at the Three Crowns in Bushy, which is just kind of in between Bushy Heath. You can't really miss it. It's opposite a church and next door to a synagogue.
And that's going to start 6 p.m, yeah?
6 p.m. kick off for the drinks, 5:30 for the coffee in the Reason Coffee Shop.
Right, brilliant. And there's another one that's hanging in the wings as well, and Marek Rejak might be interested to hear about this, but I was speaking to a guy at the Regis on Wednesday who actually has an office down at Carpenter's Park, and there's a new coffee shop open in Carpenter's Park as well, so I'm going to nip down there, see if we can get a trilogy of Marek, the coffee shop owners, and the chap that works in the Keeble offices down in Carpenter's Park, see if we can get a little triumvirate down there, putting on a link for coffee down there in that part of the world. So Bushy and Oxy, that kind of brings pretty much everything except for probably Abbott's. Langley, we've got Nash Mills, but Abbott's, we're pretty well getting the coverage we need now.
That little bit kind of Garston Leavesden area as well, kind of coming out of North Watford into that bit of Watford, the only other area. And then actually probably going further outside of Rickman, where Chorley Wood, Maple Cross, out that way out to Rickman as well.
Yeah.
But we're getting, it looks like we've got a good coverage in the town. If you're watching this from Abbots, Langley, Chorley Wood, give us a message and we'll see if we can get something started in your town. Because all we need is a pub or a coffee shop, and that's it really, or even any sort of venue really. I mean, we've got loads of different venues in it to work, haven't we?
Absolutely right, yeah. So all good stuff, and looking forward to seeing those events up and running too. That'll take us up to like 18 or something.
I think it's around 18, 19. We'll be nearer 20 than 15 ones at the end of this month.
Fantastic. Right, I was busy out the week with the video camera, with the Google glasses. I did one earlier in the week with Ian Howarth from Nixus Computers. Nixus are based up on the Kingswood estate on the Watford bypass, and watch the video. It's up in the independent businesses of Watford. Ian comes well recommended from a whole variety of people who I personally know, and he's actually fixed a couple of PCs for me. He's changed the whole drive setup on one PC and repaired a screen on another, and also cleaned up and fixed another laptop as well, so comes well recommended. And also on the way back from the lunch today, I went into a place called The Kitchen in Croxley. Now, you won't have heard of this, it's only been there 3 weeks, but it's based on the idea of a lady that was making cupcakes and stuff at home. The cakes were taking over the house, so she's basically taken on this retail shop, and now she's baking cakes in the retail shop. But it's really, you know, have you seen these micro breweries, Alex, where you've got like a glass frame and you can see them actually doing the brewing in the background?
Yeah. Well,
it's like that with the cake shop. You can actually see them doing the cakes and doing the decorating and that in the back there, and while you sit there and have a cup of coffee.
So they've got seating areas for 10, 20 people in there?
Absolutely, and in fact, I'm seriously considering, and should be delighted to do it, is to move the coffee that we've got at the Rising Sun just up the road a bit to there, so that we can host a coffee in there instead of the Rising Sun. That'd be the 3rd Tuesday of the month. But we're all for supporting local businesses, and that would be a much more local business than the one we're in at the moment.
Yeah, so you said there's a video on there now, and that'll be up in a couple of days, I imagine.
Well, I'll be up later on today, hopefully. I also did, I talked about Esmeralda's and the prom dresses. Well, her husband, he was the guy behind the curry trays there. I went into, because he's next door to the kitchen is dry cleaners called Shubba's Kitchen, and Shubba's Dry Cleaning, and I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I went in there and did a video of the back room there of a dry cleaner. Have you ever been around the back of a dry cleaners?
That sounds like a kind of dodgy phrase. I've never been around the back of a dry cleaners before.
Well, I had no idea what these machines looked like. So anyway, I went round the back and he's talking us through the equipment he uses to do dry cleaning, which I found quite fascinating. So if you want to know how dry cleaning works, the video's going up later.
There'll be one person out going, I never knew that, now I know. I mean, don't you imagine it's just a big washing machine that we have at home, just expanded.
It's quite a sophisticated washing machine, that's for sure. But if anybody wants videos done, you know, you've only got to ask. Just pop us a request on this video, or you can do it on the communities. Just put in a request. You like a video. We're doing them for every local business in Watford because we want to promote and support, and charities, by the way. You know, all of these groups of people need more visibility. Just let us know. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes. They really aren't that difficult. They're not very onerous. It's a good. I'm wearing a pair of glasses. I'm just talking to you about what you do. It is really that simple. 3 or 4 minutes. job done, bang, up they go, and then you can use them to promote your own business. So well worth doing. And in fact, I heard today that a lady has got 3 new customers as a result of the video that we did 2 weeks ago.
That's brilliant. So it just shows how simple it is to do something effective. I mean, we all talk about glossy promotional campaigns, and all it takes is just a pair of Google glasses, and the ability to ask one of us about, can we have an interview? And we've done them. We've done them everywhere. We do them at the person's business that suits you. I know the tour of Marion's
Workshop
by quilting around the back of all seeing on the machinery and the dry cleaners today, so you get to see all the different bits which are relevant to that. So you may have a chat with someone if it's just an office-based job, or if it's just they're the business, but if they're business involved, technology and machinery, you can get to see how that works as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic thing, and they're really interesting to watch because you're looking at a real-life person in Watford doing a cracking job, and you're seeing a bit of a snippet into their business day. It's just, you know, it's not contrived. It's not all, you know, like TV style. This is just real people talking about what they do. I love doing them, and by judging by the views, people like watching them.
Yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed some of the watching. You get to learn a bit, not only about the business, but about the person behind the business, which always helps when you're slightly new. So you can say, oh, by the way, I can watch the videos, I've come and see what you've got type thing.
Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, so I've still got a few to do. There's a beautician in Carpenter's Park, Michael Green Foundation. We've got those actually, but there's the Drum Charity, Watford Workshop, Home Start, New Hope Trust, Demand. Come on, folks! If you know a charity or you know a small independent business who would love to get their business a bit of free publicity, let them know what we're up to and get them on, get them contacting us so I can go down there and do it for them. You can watch all the videos. I do this every week, but I'm going to do it again. Watch all the videos by going to that website address at the top, http://bit.ly/L4G SW Herts. You can get all the videos and through the little TV link on that URL, and all divided up into different categories. And independent businesses is the first one. Go and have a little look around. Charities, CICs, local politics. It's all on there. Go and check it out. Right, other local news. That curry night's happening next Friday, isn't it?
It is. We can come back onto that with next events next week. We've got a fair bit of local news if you want some more local news. I can offer you two. If you live down St Albans Road, you've got a few new restaurants available. Coming up, one opens today. That's Casper's Desserts on St Albans Road. Grand opening today.
What's that called?
Casper's Desserts.
Right. What's that all about?
Kind of gelatery ice cream, anything for the old sweet tooth. So if you're part of the Michael Green Foundation, it might not be the best thing for your type 2 diabetes, but every now and then a nice sweet treat might be the thing to try. Okay.
Would you know whereabouts is that?
If you can kind of stall people for 2 minutes, I can find out for you.
Okay. Well, while Alex is hunting around, I'll give you a quick update on the market. Yeah, quite a few challenges going on still down at the market. Apparently there is going to be over the next week or two a board put up or a list of improvements that are going to be happening to the market, which people have the opportunity to engage with or to comment on, and then that'll be up for a week or so, and then it'll be taken down and those things will be actioned. I think there's a bit of reluctance to just soldier on and do stuff in case it gets done wrong again, and consequently everyone's being hyper vigilant about making sure that they do the right thing. Yes, it's delaying progress and it's causing a little bit of frustration down there, but hopefully we'll start seeing some of the improvements very, very shortly. But some quite angry people down there still at the moment. How are you getting on, Alex?
Yeah, good. If you remember St Albans Road, where the Blockbusters used to be on St Albans Road, I don't know if you were familiar with that.
That's on the main drag, isn't it?
On the main drag, St Albans Road, near Santander, where Blockbusters and Woolworths were. It's there now. I believe they've got kind of big pink neon, and it's really difficult to miss, from what I understand.
Right. Okay. So if you fancy something sweet, a dessert, there's a shop going to be down there. And what was that other one you were talking about?
Something you actually found for us. You beat me to it by a matter of seconds. I had subscribed to the email. This is Smoky Boy Burgers. I don't know much about them. Again, I'll have a quick search now. They're planning to open on St Albans Road again, spring 2015. And again, if you go back to the market, I'll find out. I'll have a bit of a hunt for you.
Okay, well, apparently the two guys, I don't know their names, but the two guys that are starting this, the brainchild as it were, they're looking to franchise it around the UK apparently once they've got established in Watford. Watford is the first one, and they were working in some kind of burger joint over in Ealing apparently, and they're kind of branching out on their own. So I'm not quite sure what the main concept is, but it's going to be freshly cooked burgers on the premises. I guess all the accompaniments and stuff, but yeah, going to be an interesting one. There is a gourmet burger bar already opened in the Into shopping centre, but I'm not, apart from McDonald's, which is up the road a little bit, we don't have, and Jenny's, but that's kind of more like a fry up type place. We don't have a burger joint. I mean, there are places like Anchor Fish Bar, I think, I don't know whether it's still called that, but that do burgers, but not specifically a burger bar. But this one's opening up, and good luck to them, really.
Yeah, again, it's something different, and if Watford is the first, it'll be kind of good. For a while, it'll be a local independent business until they franchise out, I guess. But it'll be interesting. It gives some more competition to places in Watford, like Gourmet Burger Kitchen and McDonald's, and says the more choice you have, the better it is, I think.
Yeah. Now, there's something going on Monday evening, isn't there, which I've forgotten about, but I've just remembered, which is at 3 AAA, and we've agreed to go.
Yeah, I believe it's an apprentice evening where people, whether it be parents, employees, apprentices, people of the public, can go along and find out what 3 AAA offer. They're based down in Clarendon Road. You know the location better than I do, but I sent an email in to just say I'm going to come, and I'll get the email now and just let you know what is going to be talked about. Cause
yeah, I think it's 7 till 9. It's right near that big Methodist church, right near the Palace Theatre and the bank on the corner. It's just to the just on that side of the road, just behind that church and the hall there, set back off the road. I don't know the number, 22 or something like that.
There's a couple of sessions. There's going to be talks on account technology and digital marketing, and there's 2 sessions. One is 6:30, between 6 and 6:30. But if you email them, find out there's a post in the Google Plus communities and the event set up. So if you just find that, email them, and they can send you a link to all the details.
Fantastic. Okay. So that's that. Now, I mentioned the last couple of weeks this signpost charity with the CD. I haven't got that to hand right now to show you again, but you can buy the CD at LP Cafe at the top of the town. £5. The money goes to support young people and get them on the right path in Watford. So it all goes to a great cause. And I believe Neil is going to be selling them at Mies Cafe as well. Not sure whether he's got any or not right now, but do support that. The guys in the LP Cafe, 2 of the guys in there actually playing instruments on a couple of those tracks, so we've got some real local interest involved in that as well. So do check that out. Update on the Greens, they still haven't announced their candidate. They've got apparently until the first week of April to do so. Leaving it a bit late in my opinion, but hey ho.
Before we move, sorry, interrupting, we're just moving away from the Greens. Safeways is something I do want to talk about. The Watford UTC had a kind of mini hustings. I believe it was Tuesday, maybe Wednesday this week, where all the representatives of the parties, apart from UKIP actually, which has caused a bit of stir with UKIP candidate Nick Lincoln, were invited to go down. The Greens had a representative. They haven't announced the candidate yet, but Dorothy Thorne and Matthew Temain, Richard Harrington were there, and the Greens were also invited. And it caused a bit of a stir, and I'm not sure whether reading into it too much, and it seems to be that the UKIP weren't invited at all and just said, no, you're not going to be there. And it's a bit wrong, I feel.
How very strange. I'm sure in the interests of democracy, as it's known, that's a little bit of a faux pas. Do you know whether Nick was actually available?
Nick, there's a bit about it in the Ogle Observer. I've only just seen the article. I'll see if I can drag out. He says if he was available, he would have been there. I'll go and I'll maybe speak to him and see if we can get a comment from him. But it seems to be that that's really unfair, because regardless of what you think of their policies, they're entitled to be. They're standing for an election. They have as much right as all the other parties to be there, and to exclude them based on their policies. We could put it down to a clerical administrator there. They forgot to invite him. Things happen. We all forget things. If they've purposely chosen not to invite them, whether that be personal or political, that's really wrong. You couldn't do that on the BBC. You wouldn't have. We're just not inviting you. You can't have a general around local hustings and not invite 20% of the candidates.
Seems a little bit strange to me, yeah. So on that note, West Herts College has got a hustings early in April, I think it is, which or at some point in April anyway. We'll find the details out about that and pop them up on the community. And also, I'm looking forward to organising a hustings on the market as well. I think that would be quite good to do that. So I'm going to get myself into gear and get that organised very, very shortly. We went and popped in to see Vibe 107.6 in the week, and we've got to do a further meeting with them, but looking to form a little bit closer relationship. We're digging up a lot of local material, local content. They need local content on the radio, so there's a little bit of a mutual collaboration there, which should be good. Quickly running through this, the Orphanage Road is still closed from until the 17th of April. In fact, this week the pedestrian access has also been shut a couple of times, but nevertheless that continues, that work. Learned this morning, Kings Langley Amateur Dramatics, I don't know whether it's actually is them or whether it's just a group of amateur dramatic people, are putting on the Pyjama Game on the 25th and through to the 28th of March. That's in Kings Langley. Ian Topman is the man to talk to about that. He's actually just registered on the Google Plus Watford community, so you can track him down on there. Or let us know if you're interested in going. I think the most you can spend on a ticket is £13, but there are cheaper ones as well. Chillfest, when's that?
Sometime in July. Tanya Clark is the lady to speak to. I'm delegating the task out to her and organising tickets. Whether she has all the ears or she knows when it is. Whether we buy one person buys 10 tickets. We haven't worked all that details yet, but sometime in July. I believe there's a post about it in the community, so check it out. It looks like it's going to be an 80s theme. Couple of 2 evenings, all of a Friday evening and the next day or the Saturday up in Tring. So a good chance to enjoy what could be some lovely weather, and you'll enjoy some Tring Brewery, I'd imagine.
Talking about festivals, the Ricky Festival is in May, I believe.
16th, 17th of May, I believe.
Yeah. I put a post up about a lady that's going to be singing on one of the days there that was secured, and she was posting about being there. So that looks like it's working away there. We were talking with the Vibe guy, and Watford have got some kind of, they had that big event at the top of the town. Do you know what it was called?
Party at the Pond.
Party in the Pond.
Not in the pond, on the pond.
Party on the pond.
It's not in the pond, not in that early in the evening. But
that was September last year, and apparently this year it's going to be. When did he say?
He said 10 weeks' time. So he was talking middle of April, end of April.
So around the time of the Ricky Festival. So there's not a lot of time apparently to get this organised, and obviously bands and stuff are going to be Well, obviously that lady's got booked up for the Ricky Festival, so one would assume that many of these people are being booked up already. So that's going to be a real rush to the winning post, that one. But just bear in mind, we'll get some more details about that when we can. But there is a party on the pond in April sometime. Very latest, it'll be early May, I would have thought. But I couldn't make it last year. But did you go?
I didn't go. I know a few people that did. I believe Paul Roberts inside Watford went with his two children. It was a good time, and it depends who the acts are really for it to be. And I looked at it when it's not for me. I think we had an event on that evening, from what I remember.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, just on a couple more things. Just to remind you that Marek Rejak and Jordan Silver are running for the Michael Green Foundation, and the Michael Green Foundation's Eat Fit campaign continues with, I think, week 9 on Monday, and you can go along and participate in any of the weeks. Starts at 7:30, I think, goes on for an hour, quite close to the Abbey Flyer at the other end, so you just pop over the road and you're there. So if you're interested in that, apparently it's going really well. And Marek was talking about running last week, which was apparently fascinating. So what else have we got? The community calendar is absolutely filling up. We get, as soon as we find out there's an event going on, we pop it in the calendar. So if you've got events going on in Watford, do check out the calendar. You can get it through that link I gave you earlier. Just go to the local events, or I think it's What's On, and you can just go along to the different months and just check out to see whether your event is listed there. If it's not, then let us know and we'll pop it in there for you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think it's filling up quite nicely now. Link for next week. What's happening next week? Monday, Reason Coffee Shop from 10 o'clock on Monday. Good crowd of people already saying they're going to be at that, which is good. On Wednesday next week, 11th at 7 p.m, Fox and Hounds, Link for Drinks in Rickmansworth, in the High Street there. Do come along to that. We're starting to really get motoring now in Rickmansworth. And of course on Friday we've got the Langley's Curry Club in the centre of Watford. So if you fancy that, do book in. We've got a maximum of 15 there, I think. I'm not booked in yet. I better get myself booked in for that.
Yeah, just to say, it's the Langley Rooms. You've also missed out the Mercury on Thursday, second Thursday of the month, and the Mercury on the A41.
Oh, blimey, yeah, I've missed that out, haven't I?
Catherine Baldwin from the Michael Green Foundation generally is always there hosting that, does a great job. So get along to that one if you're free on Thursday. I've also got a fair bit of other news before we wrap this up, just stuff I picked up during the week, and it's all in the community, but if you missed it that week, next Saturday, Mother's Day market at the Watford market, this time actually in the market, so go along there, you can get some great Mother's Day stuff. I didn't actually know this, but learned Wednesday when we were in there that it's actually set up by 2 of the market stallholders rather than Town and Country Plan themselves, which just shows how dedicated they are to try and do something about it.
So that's a 10% discount if you go down there on a Wednesday?
Yeah, 10% off. Where's the I haven't got it with me, but we all got little cards, just wallet-sized cards. Give them your name and email address, and they want to start building up a little kind of contact management system, so they can send emails to people with all these details. So if they're not in the community, then they can at least contact local people. So they're going to have 10% on both food and drink, and we both had the excellent egg and steak butty from Asfran's Kitchen, Tommy's finest work. And what can you remember what those little pancake things were?
They were little pancake things.
They were little pancakes. I believe they were cornflour pancakes with some goat's cheese. They were very nice, and a little treat from him. He did a very good job there.
Yeah, no, he's. If you haven't tried Asfran yet, go down there. He does a mean fajitas, and his steak sandwich is pretty special. Yeah,
so that's Saturday the 14th. The week after, so that will be the 21st, 22nd, an Italian market's going to come to Watford. This is run by a company called Italia in the Piazza, something along those lines. They specialise in bringing Italian quality food fresh from Italy into Watford. It's the nearest good Italian food you get apart from going to Italy. So they pride themselves on high-end quality food. So they'll have some, I would imagine there'll be all the Church olives, olive oils, and meats, cheeses, breads. So 2 days there, that's the 21st and 22nd at the market, in and around the market area. So, but the Mother's Day one is in the market. And I've also heard talk and rumours about an Easter event with kind of a petting zoo and that type of furore in as well.
Sounds awesome. Brilliant.
So that's, I'm nowhere even near finished yet. You gave me a task at the lunch to go and get some work out and get some stuff out.
Okay, fire away.
Croxley, you were in Croxley today. You may have seen this down Baldwin's Lane. A new greengrocers has reopened. It's called Grocers on the Green. I don't know if you would have heard of it or seen it.
I haven't seen it, no.
Baldwin's Lane, a local greengrocers. They were open before. They closed for 2 weeks to refurbish with the kind of aim to help cater for the buy local trade, because people are starting to buy local again, and he wants to start competing with the supermarkets. So in Croxley, down Baldwin's Lane, a Grocers on the Green, local greengrocers, I would imagine they'll sell everything you need, fruit, veg, and if you can't get into Watford, or you're not in Rickmansworth, but even then that Croxley area which should pick up quite well. There aren't many supermarkets in that Croxley area. We've covered restaurants opening, a few other things. Do you remember where Borders was in Watford, behind the back of Tesco's?
Yeah.
New toy shop going to open, thanks to Watford for UK Leach for this. Saw that it's a new toy shop called Smith Toys. So it's going to open there. Great news, should be quite good. We'll see if I can find a date for that. If you bear with me. May it will open up. Next, we'll take a Borders unit beside Argos. We've been vacant for 6 years now. 6 years since Borders closed. So that has just sat empty. But now, Smith Toys there spoke to me and said, "We are delighted to announce the opening of a new store in Watford." That's their statement. They've got 80 stores currently throughout the UK and planning to extend their own. So another company coming into the Watford area, filling up an empty lot. Yeah, just a lot going on in Watford these days.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah, and also I saw something in the Observer about I don't know what she is, but she's a beauty queen of Rickmansworth or somewhere, who's going to be sleeping rough in Edgware apparently overnight for charity. So I picked that up, care of the Watford Observer. So someone doing some other good work for charity there. So yeah, a lot happening in Watford right now. Pretty buzzing place. And as always, if you want to participate and help make the news and get some stuff featured on the show, then please do go into the that website, get yourself into the Watford, Rickmansworth, Croxley, Abbots, get yourself into one of those communities and start posting up things that you find interesting so that we can share that stuff with the rest of the people in Watford. So do that. We need people in Ricky, we need people in Croxley, we also need people in Hemel Hempstead as well. So if you know people in these areas, do send them to Link for Growth so that we can get them involved. Okay, just a quick update on the printing. I've given someone some printing today to get some new cards. Those cards that I was flashing in front of the camera each week, we're getting a load more of those so we can get them out into the community and people can start to come and join us on these different platforms. And also we're getting the stickers produced so that people can demonstrate their support for L4G Buy Local Watford, and also the Twitter account at L4G SW Herts. Please do look out for those two things and participate and share, to retweet, etc. when you see them, please. Okay, I'm just about out of stuff. How are you fixed, Alex? All done?
Yeah, just remember one more thing, having conversation with the lady. We could be talking in the next few months about bringing on an apprentice for a week just to help us with social media stuff. We've just we'll sit down tomorrow, maybe with Diane if she's free, to kind of work out what we can do with this, because this is going to be a great opportunity to build all the business pages for every business and charity we think of. We've got a possibility of having a week with someone working with us. Hopefully we may base in central town. Hopefully if Neil allows us in the Reason Coffee Shop, because that's a great local place. This will allow us to build as many pages as we can, because they don't take long, but we're all busy people. So if we had someone, and as I know, you learn so many skills by doing this, you'll learn the platforms inside out. So if we get this, not only does it help someone, it also helps us build these pages for all the markets, all the charities we mention every week, all the businesses that you see every day. And then when they want them, they can post onto them.
Fantastic. Okay, mate, well, that's brilliant news. Loads and loads in today's show. Such a lot going on, and it seems to be that we're gathering more and more news each week. But I think we're done. So say cheerio, Alex, to the crowds.
Cheerio, just a thanks from the guys at 3AAA. They've just sent us a message saying thanks for promoting 3AAA last few months. You guys are the best. Hashtag community spirit. Hashtag Team Watford.
Fantastic stuff. Thanks to them. Yeah, thanks to you for joining me today, Alex, and good luck recommencing your studies from next week.
Yeah.
And will you be joining me next Friday?
I'll be here. Let's have a look at the time. I could possibly be here. It depends on how I feel, but I can get along, I reckon, for a good 20 minutes.
We're gonna try and get a guest on the show next week. That's Neil from Reason Coffee Shop.
Are we going live from a second venue, the third venue, in fact?
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him joining us. So we've got a little bit of technical work to make that happen next week. But okay, so we're signing off now. We'll see you all again next week. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend, and see you all next week.